I decided at around 7 or 7:30 that we were going to take a drive around Charlotte, which is one of our favorite things to do. And I thought we would be back in plenty of time for this live, but apparently not. And I neglected to post a video telling you guys that I would be late. But my apologies. I am an hour and a half late. This live was supposed to start at 9 p.m. It is now 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I am hella late. My apologies, my apologies. For all of you guys who are accustomed to seeing me go live at 9 p.m., I apologize. In August, I plan to go live a little bit earlier so that I can um, allow more time for stuff for me to do. Okay? Y'all know it's my birthday weekend, and we've been still kind of celebrating me turning 47. So, y'all, please forgive me. Please forgive me. So we're just going to go ahead and get on to the walking pad. I'm going to get my Facebook audience together as well. I don't know why my Chromebook won't turn on anymore. Apparently something's going on with it. But if you guys will give me just a moment, I will get my Facebook audience pulled in. YouTube, welcome in. Welcome to the party. Welcome in, you guys. It's your girl LaShonda in Charlotte. Hella late, very unprofessional. So I definitely apologize. Uh, it's my birthday weekend and little surprise last minute drive around the Charlotte metropolitan area. But we are still going to get this 30 minutes of walking in. I told you guys it doesn't matter if it's the weekend, it doesn't matter if it's my birthday, it doesn't matter if it's a holiday, weekday, whatever's going on, we still going to get it done. Whether it's early, late, as long as we get it done. As you guys know, I have told you guys many a time that statistics show that people who walk at least 30 minutes every single day improve their cardiovascular health and their mental health. So, all right, so let me, where's my glasses? All right, I'm trying to bring Facebook into this. So, y'all bear with me. If you are new to seeing me live, my name is LaShonda. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is Jubilant July, and we are going to go live every day from July 1st to July 30th. Hopefully starting at 9 p.m. and ending at 10:30. But since I am hella late, we are just starting now and it's almost 10:30. It's almost time for the live to be over with, and we're just getting started. So instead of lifting tonight, because tonight would have been one of the days that I actually needed to lift, we're just going to do the walking for 30 minutes. That's going to go by pretty quickly, y'all. So let me type in the description on Facebook. I was gonna come home and put some salmon in the oven, but unfortunately, since the little surprise last minute um, drive around Charlotte, I'm going to have to save the salmon for tomorrow. I need to put it in the refrigerator because I was letting it thaw out. All right, I think we are ready to go on Facebook. Okay, guys, we are live. Yeah, we are live on Facebook. Okay. Again, apologies to all of my faithful crew who come in here every day and support me. Apologies for my tardiness. I am a whole hour and 15 minutes late. I was telling you guys, I was telling my YouTube and TikTok live audience that my husband and I and our kid, our little family, our little pod three, did a little surprise last minute ride around Charlotte. It is one of my favorite things to do. This is a beautiful city, y'all. If you guys have never been to Charlotte, you have to come. It is growing so much. I've been here for 20 years. It's grown so much since I've been here, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And it's even better at night because of all the lights and the buildings and just the way the city is designed. I enjoy it immensely. So, all right. Hello. Okay, you guys, make sure you hit the like button, share the live out, even though it's pretty late. I know a lot of people are probably already in bed, but for the night scrollers, share it with them. Share it anyway because they might actually be up. All right, and I'm gonna actually put the TV on because the Aces are playing right now. And I really did think that we would be back before they started playing. All right, so I've added 2 items to the shopping cart, and I'm going to show them to you here real quick. It's the pants that I have on right now. And again, my apologies for my tardiness. Y'all know I typically go live from 9 p.m. to 10:30. It is almost 10:30, so I am super late, but the workout still has to get done. And tonight, what I'm wearing is actually these pants that I have. They got like a little scrunch booty. I like those. You can pull them up. They give you a little bit support in the front. So you guys can grab those if you would like. They are showing up right now at $35. Just make sure before you place your order, and I say this every single time, before you place your order, make sure that you check out the deals section in the checkout area because there might actually be TikTok shop coupons or brand coupons that you can add in to your already amazing price. I've got a couple of different colors in these pants, and why I like them, I'm gonna get up a little bit close. Okay, so for my Facebook audience, you guys see that? So it's got like a little scrunch right there. Let me show the YouTube audience. Little scrunch booty. I like that. And then you get coverage over your stomach. If you want a little bit of support, they're like high waisted. So if you want to grab those are $35 right now. Just make sure you see if there are any TikTok shop coupons that you can utilize with those. They come in a bunch of different colors. Let me see. I don't know. There may be some colors that I don't have yet. I have the pink, and they even have the shorts too. Oh, I'm gonna have to get me some more, y'all, for sure. All right, and then because I am walking on this walking pad, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my OG. This is the OG Sweet Sweat. I don't know why everything wants to fall. Oh, it's stuck. That's why. Okay. Y'all know it's got like Velcro on it. Okay, so this is the Sweet Sweat waist trimmer. Anytime that I am working out or, oh, hold on. Got to take the mirroring off so that you guys could read it. Okay, there we go. Facebook, you should be able to read this. I think it automatically takes mirroring off. But this is the Sweet Sweat workout enhancer. I'm sorry, the Sweet Sweat waist trimmer. Generally, I would put the workout enhancer gel on, but I'm trying to be quick about this because I'm already so late. I generally start these lives at 9 p.m., but my husband and kid and I were actually out driving around. So, okay. So this is the OG, and I love it so much because it does give me so much room. I can just about wrap myself around it twice. I'm only going to be walking on this walking pad for 30 minutes, but even in the 30 minutes, it's going to do what it is designed to do. As a reminder, the waist trimmer, arm trimmers, the thigh trimmers, all of their trimmers have a technology called neoprene, which makes you sweat. So this is a good opportunity at this time of night to get a little bit of sweat in before I get in the shower and get ready for bed. Okay? So let's see. I was gonna put the Aces game on. I don't know if it's on regular TV. Let me check the WNBA app. All right, you guys. So if you want to get the waist trimmer or you want to get the pants, they're gonna be actually in the shopping cart. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so we're in the third quarter of the Fever Aces game. Let's see. Shoot, it's on Peacock. Hold on. I gotta go to Peacock to watch it. So instead of casting you guys to my TV like I normally do so that I can see, because y'all know Auntie wears readers now. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. I am super late. Welcome to everybody who's in here. I appreciate y'all. It is hella late. Thank y'all for being here. I generally go live from 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. It's almost 10:30 right now, so this would generally be the time that I would be getting ready to get off. But I need to still get my 30 minutes of walking done, no matter the hour, no matter the time, day, whether it's a holiday, whether it is the weekend, or even my birthday, like it was yesterday. My birthday was yesterday. I'd appreciate you guys dropping down some belated happy birthdays to me. But no matter what day it is, we still got to get 30 minutes of walking in. Why is that? It's because statistics show that people who walk at least 30 minutes every single day, even if it's 10:30 at night, they improve their cardiovascular health and their mental health. So I want to improve both things. I don't currently have any issues with cardiovascular. This is the wrong remote. This is the remote for the TV. Okay. All right, so we're going to get this walking done. You guys be nice in the comments. I am late, but I am still me. As a reminder, it's a no tolerance zone. So just because it's late at night does not mean I will tolerate bullying, being offensive, or just being mean in the comments. Be kind in the comments, else I will delete you, block you, mute you, put you in timeout. It depends on what platform you're watching from. If you are on Facebook, make sure you send stars, hit the like button. If you are a part of the rewatch gang, leave a comment and say hashtag rewatch gang. If you're on YouTube, you can hit the like button, share it out. Share it out on Facebook as well. But all of my TikTok audiences, you guys already know the deal. Double tap the middle of your screen for the entirety of the time that you're here. It's free. And it's my birthday weekend, guys. I turned 47 yesterday, so excited about that. All right, so let's see what we got going on here with the Indiana Fever Las Vegas Aces game. Indiana's up 69-62 in the third quarter with 1 minute and 53 seconds left. Okay, Ty. I do like the Fever team this year because they actually have 4 Gamecocks on the team. They have Ty Harris, Aaliyah Boston, Raven Johnson, and Abriana Hall, better known as Bree Hall. So, welcome in, you guys. I love for you guys to engage with me. So, as well as double tapping the middle of your screen or hitting the like button if you're on Facebook and YouTube, sharing the live out, but leave some comments so that I'll know you guys are here and watching. Okay, we're 2 minutes into this walk. That means we got less than 28 minutes left. We're just getting in from just about a 2-hour drive around the city. It's one of my favorite pastimes, y'all. Even when I lived elsewhere, when I lived in other places, one of my favorite things to do was to get in a car and just drive around. I like nature. I like just seeing. There goes my girl, Asia. All right, let's see. How many points Asia got right now, y'all? Y'all watching this game? Second NWA in interior on ball gravity. 5.4. Trails only Marina Mabry. Okay. Oh, Dana Evans is back playing. I thought she was hurt, but she evidently is back playing, y'all, because she on the floor tonight. Oh. All right, y'all. I'm going to turn my thing a little bit so that I don't fall off of here. Asia with the braids. My girl got her hair done. All right. Welcome in, you guys. I'm not doing any guests on tonight, so, and I actually am only planning to do one person that I've agreed to do co-hosting with or just having on my live, and that's either my girl CA or my girl Alana. All right. All right, y'all. 74-64. So Indiana has a 10-point lead. Oh, y'all, I'm going to really try not to fall. If I fall, please do not laugh at me because I'm trying to talk to you guys, exercise, and watch this game. Oh, Sophie Cunningham with a 3. Come on, Jewel. You got to keep up with Sophie. Can't let her get those threes. I have no idea, you guys, who's going to end up in the playoffs because every team except for Seattle and Connecticut, every team has beaten every team. So Indiana has beat the Aces. The Aces have beaten Indiana. The Aces have beaten Minnesota. Minnesota has beaten the Aces. The Wings have beat Minnesota. Minnesota has beaten the Wings. Atlanta has beat uh, the Wings and Minnesota and have been beaten by both. I don't know if Atlanta has beat the Aces though. I'm trying to remember. So years before this year, you could pretty much tell or kind of figure out who was going to be like maybe the top 3 or 4 teams that would be in the playoffs. The number 5 team would probably be a wild card. You know, it depends on who did well in the ends. But like in the end, the last part of the season, the latter part of the season. But it's so much parity now. I actually love it. Yeah, Monique. Oh, I forgot they got Passat from Vanderbilt on the Aces now. What in the hell? Why would the Aces drop Kennedy Carter, y'all? That was so I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I love that they brought in Passat and Tanaya Latson, but Kennedy Carter, that was the cheat code. All right, 80-64. The Aces is letting this get out of hand. 16-point lead by Indiana. We got Dana Evans, Nalissa Smith, Jewel Lloyd, Chelsea Gray, and who else is in the post with Nalissa on the Aces? Let me see who else is on there. Oh, Passat. They got Passat in the post. That's wild. But okay. So we've gone with a smaller lineup right now from the Aces. And then Indiana has Michaela Timpkins. I don't know if you guys know, Michaela Timpkins and Tanaya Latson played on Florida State together. So uh, Michaela Timpson plays for the Indiana Fever. She's good. They got Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hall, Monique Billings, and Ty Harris on the floor. And Caitlin Clark is on the floor too. All right, that's the end of the third quarter. We got one more quarter left. Let's see if the Aces can bring it back. I see Tanaya Latson sitting on the bench. I think she's under a developmental contract, so she's not dressed out. I don't know what's going on with Janiyah Barker. She's on the Aces as well, but I don't think I've ever seen her dressed out this season. Is she hurt or something? Does anybody know? Does anybody know if Janiyah Barker's hurt? She played on Tennessee uh, her last year of eligibility. Before that, she was on UCLA, and then she played for Texas A&M before that in college. I'm excited for the Gamecock season because the Gamecocks got a nasty lineup this year. Nasty. It's gonna be a time in CLA. It's gonna be a time in Columbia, South Carolina, guys. It's gonna be a time. Okay. The Gamecocks got Olivia Edwards, who dunks. Ashlyn Watkins coming off of a torn ACL, but she dunks as well. The only player in the Gamecock history that has ever dunked. And she's got three of them bad boys, I believe. She dunked on Ruby Whitehorn when Ruby Whitehorn played for Clemson. Ashlyn Watkins' freshman year, she dunked on her. Then she dunked on another girl who played for Kentucky, and then she dunked on what's old girl name from what is her name from TCU? Oh, the big girl. So Ashlyn Watkins got like three dunks. Let's see if she come back. See if that knee holds up this year. So Olivia Edwards, Ashlyn Watkins, Adele Tack, um, Alicia Turnabees, the girl from France. We stole the girl from University of Texas. What was her name? I say stole, but she willingly entered the transfer portal, and she's going to be at South Carolina. I got to think of her name, y'all. Tessa Johnson's back. Uh, Maddie Moo from the DMV area. Maddie McDaniel. Who else we got? We got Kelsey Andrews, a freshman. We got Jersey from California, a freshman. And by the way, the Gamecocks had 0 people enter the transfer portal this past season. So everybody who did not graduate or go into the WNBA is back. Oh, Liz, I gotta get the. I'm gonna get my. I'm gonna get my phone. I'm on both of my phones and my computer. Yeah, Aaliyah, let's go, AB. Aaliyah Boston has 19 points, y'all. They said. Okay, Chelsea Gray got a little bit of color in her hair. Okay, CG. All right, we're 12 minutes into this walk, y'all. So we got less than 18 minutes left. I'm watching the game. Hope you guys are as well. If you got the WNBA app, actually, it's not on the WNBA. It's on Peacock. So if you got Peacock, you can watch the game. I have to check the WNBA app to see where the game gonna be at because it might be on CBS, it might be on ABC, might be on Peacock, might be on Prime. That's why this CBA was so important and so big and so huge for the ladies in the WNBA. That's why they could pay people like Asia Wilson and Aaliyah Boston what they're paying them. Well, 3 Gamecocks actually. Aaliyah Boston, Asia Wilson, and uh, Alicia Gray. They've got some of the best contracts in the WNBA right now. Come on, why y'all shots not falling, aces? What is happening right now? Nobody got on a hot streak. We got 7 minutes left. Okay, Kelsey Mitchell about to come back in. Yeah, Asia, about time. Okay, Asia has 18 points. Okay, you guys, while this winds down, because I don't know what's about to happen, it looks like the Indiana Fever is going to take this game. But if you are new to watching me, hi, my name is LaShonda. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I turned 47 yesterday. And I go live every single day and get my 30 minutes of walking in. Every now and then, you might see me lifting on this platform as well. I don't know what platform you're watching from, but I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Welcome. I hope you join me tomorrow. I will be live again. I am absolutely super late tonight. I generally start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day, no matter if it's the weekend, a holiday, or my birthday. Yes, I was live yesterday for my birthday. I am on a body transformation quest. So if you stick with me over the next year or so, you be a will have a first row seat to this body transformation. I watch a lot of podcasts, do a lot of research, read a lot of studies. One of the studies that I saw was that people who walk at least 30 minutes every single day improve their cardiovascular health and their mental health. It's been doing wonders for me. Okay. I don't have any cardiovascular issues, no high blood pressure, no high cholesterol. I'm not pre diabetic or diabetic, even though some of those things do run in my family. Um, and what I have discovered over the past 2 years, going on 3 years, no, going on 2 years, is that I have endometriosis, adenomyosis, PCOS, which has now been relabeled to PMOS, and I am also in perimenopause. So if these lights don't get turned down here pretty soon, I'm going to flip out. So let me turn the air conditioning down because I don't know what's going on. It's 75 degrees in here. All right, I got it turned down to 72. Let me turn some of these lights off. Hold on a minute, y'all. Jesus. Keep me. All right, I got the air turned back on, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes I be in here freezing my husband and my son. My son, I don't have a son. Freezing my husband and my daughter, but so be it. When you got a perimenopausal woman in the house, I run this, okay? We 17 minutes into this walk. We got less than 13 minutes left. The reason I do this is for documentation and accountability for myself. Um, After getting the diagnosis of endometriosis, I felt a sigh of relief because all of the symptoms that I've been having actually since college uh, made sense. I never heard of endometriosis until uh, Tia Mowry. Y'all know the Mowry twins, Tia and Tamara. Tia, while having her second baby, disclosed that she had endometriosis, which made it difficult for her to conceive. Um, and I had never heard of endometriosis before then, or maybe I had because I'm in healthcare. I've been in healthcare for over 20 years. I may have heard the word, but didn't like know anybody who had it until she said it. And I don't really know Tia, so but hearing some of her symptoms, hearing, doing, my Googles and just being on TikTok, I learned a whole lot about endometriosis, and it sounded a whole lot like what I had been dealing with again since college. I am so very grateful, you guys, that I met my husband, had a baby, and got married when I did, because probably had I not had my daughter at age 30, it would probably have been very hard for me to conceive thereafter. As you guys know, the older you are, the typically the more difficult it is to have a baby. They call anybody that's age 35 and above, they call it a geriatric pregnancy. Me having my daughter at age 30, like conceiving her naturally and having her at age 30, was one of the best blessings I probably could have had. Of course, it wasn't under all of the circumstances that I would have liked at the time, but eventually everything did work out. One of the reasons that I share my story is because it was a very hard pregnancy for me. I developed preeclampsia, and it was a time. I didn't have gestational diabetes, but my feet swole all the time. And even when I went into labor, uh, I just had a time. Okay. My daughter's heartbeat dropped so many times that they eventually said, we just need to cut her out. We need to get her out because at this point, you laboring like this is too much. I now know that some of that is related to my already existing endometriosis. Then, so I had a C section. Didn't know that then, because this was, 17 years ago. But I know now that women who have endometriosis and have C sections usually develop adenomyosis because of the scar tissue and already cutting into your uterus. My daughter was 8 pounds exactly, and probably had I went to full term, her due date was September 3rd, but I had her on August 24th. Had I actually had her September 3rd, she probably would have been a 10-pound baby. And, who knows? It probably would have been very difficult, even then, for me to push her out, and that even more stress and whatnot. So, ever since having my daughter via C section, I have been having on and off again issues with stuff, reproductive things, um, heavy bleeding all the time, pain with sex, hot flashes. Like I'm flashing right now is super crazy. I want to pull this wig off so bad, but I'm trying to be cute because it's my birthday weekend. And what I have discovered is that the best advocates for women are women in healthcare, women healthcare providers, women doctors, because they really know a whole lot more. Most of the doctors that I've had have all been men. I had the same doctor since I moved to Charlotte 20 years ago until a couple of years ago when I got someone else. I am someone who is very, uh, what's the word? I stick to one provider. I don't like hopping around to different people. So if anybody asked me who my doctor was, I could tell you who my doctor was. My history from the moment I moved here till, a couple of years ago was at one doctor's office. Unfortunately, I didn't leave him. What happened is he closed his private practice and just became a hospitalist. So he's a doctor who uh, is only working at the hospitals now, from my understanding. But that probably was the best thing because I probably would have never left him. And that forced me to have to get another doctor. And I got a new doctor, and it was a little sweet little white lady. And telling her all of my symptoms that I have been dealing with, all of the procedures that I have had over the past 13, 14 years. She looks in my chart and sees everything that I have been through. and she referred me to an OBGYN in her practice, a black lady. That black lady, within 4 months, I was having surgery, got my diagnosis of endometriosis, officially on endometriosis. After the surgery, the first surgery, is that you? Hey girl, hey girl. I didn't realize that was you. I saw somebody liking the live. I don't have you on my TV tonight. That's why I couldn't see. You know, Auntie got glasses. Auntie wear readers now. That's another symptom of perimenopause too. Your eyesight might change. We're 23 minutes into this, y'all. We got less than 7 minutes left. So the first surgery I had was supposed to remove my right ovary. So underwent this surgery. I wasn't quite ready to do a full hysterectomy because I have been told, and I do a lot of research, that them removing my ovaries and uterus would spur me faster into menopause. And I am married, and we are happy. So I didn't want to do that. So I didn't agree to her taking my uterus out, but she did go in, and she couldn't even get to my ovaries, you guys, because I have frozen pelvis. You can Google what that means, but in short, it means that my ovaries, my uterus, and my bladder are all fused together. What has them fused together? My endometriosis. Yes. So she couldn't even get to my ovaries to take the right one out because everything is fused together. I would actually have to go to an endometriotic surgeon to have it taken out. And in fact, I saw a urogynecologist, is what the specialty is called. Yep, urogynecology. And this person specializes in these types of issues. And they would have had a robot doing my surgery to remove the endometrial tissues that have formed outside of the uterus and all over my bladder and colon. So that explains all of the pain that I have been in for at least a decade, y'all. I don't share this just because I'm an oversharer. I'm sharing this because there are women like me who have been suffering for a long time. You see them and you wonder why they look so swollen, why they might even have gained weight or their weight fluctuates. They probably have endometriosis. Now, it's not your business to go and tell them that they got endometriosis or, try to out them for that. I think people will share as they feel comfortable. I'm just one of those people that I don't give a good god D. So, you know, but I feel like my story would help someone. And on top of me not necessarily caring, let me do tell you something I do care about. I care about people who ask women when they're going to have more children. I care about that. And I care about that because y'all don't know how difficult it is for women to conceive. Just because you pop four out, don't mean that everybody else can. And even though I was blessed enough to conceive my daughter naturally and have her via C-section, doesn't mean that everything was all good for me to just go and conceive another. So and women do this to women all the time. Men don't generally say, "Oh, when y'all gonna have another baby?" Men don't generally do that. It's the women. "Oh, you don't want a boy?" We was trying, but it's inconsiderate and it is insensitive to ask women when they're going to have more children, particularly and specifically if you don't know what they have been going through. So I would admonish people to stop doing that, because as I have been telling my story, when certain people found out that I had surgery, I've had two surgeries now, I've had a total of 3 MRIs, got to have another one done. My endometriosis is probably stage 3 or 4. I got to get confirmation on that. And that just means that it's everywhere and it affects everything. And you guys probably know that I'm a corporate girly, worked as a supervisor. And the way that endometriosis, adenomyosis, PCOS affects me and has affected women for decades is that the pain that I just feel on a normal basis is insane. I am someone who takes ibuprofen often, and y'all know that ibuprofen, you have to watch your intake of that because it can give you ulcers and all sorts of gut issues. And I already have gut issues. So I was having to take at least one ibuprofen every single day for years because of the pain. And again, stop asking women when they're going to have more kids because y'all don't know what they have been through. Even if you see a woman with no kids and she's been married, or even if she's just older, she ain't got to be married, because you don't have to be married to have kids. It's just a biological thing. You can have a baby at any time if you're having sex. But just asking women that question is so super insensitive. So please stop doing that. But what I was going to say is, after sharing my story with some family members of mine, when I start talking about the different things that I've been through, I found out that some women in my family have had miscarriages. And that's another thing. It's like people don't generally share things until you start talking about your story and your scenario. And they'll tell you things like, oh yeah, I used to have that, and that's why I got a hysterectomy. Oh yeah, I used to have that. And it's like, in our community, we actually need to start talking about these things a little more, especially as Black women, because first of all, Black maternal health is at crisis level right now. A lot of healthcare providers don't believe Black women, and that stems back to centuries ago when they used to use us in experiments, and they just think that our pain tolerance is higher than everybody else's, when it's absolutely not true. And this encourages a lot of Black women to not even talk about their symptoms, or for other providers to not believe us or not take our symptoms seriously. And endometriosis in itself is a whole body disease. People have found endometriosis in people's brains and chests. There is a lady on TikTok who does specifically endometriatic surgery. And every day she comes on and she talks about how extensive of surgeries that she's had to do, where she's had to essentially resect someone's colon completely out because it was full of endometrial adhesions. She talked about this one lady who had endometrial tissue all up in her chest, to where she was having palpitations and chest pain all the time. And when they went in, they saw how extensive it was. It was insane. And so when women are saying, oh, I have deep pain, I have pressure, I have this and that, and then the doctors are like, oh, you just need to lose weight. If they could, they would. And losing weight don't always make it go away. I actually lost weight about 12 years ago. I lost about 50 pounds. It did not make my symptoms go away. So now, having the diagnosis, because I now have 2 women on my healthcare team who check on me regularly, and I eventually ended up having another surgery last year in October. And let me tell you guys, It still wasn't a hysterectomy, but it was one of the best things I probably could have ever done. So I'm grateful to my husband for his insurance and the fact that, I think everything last year in 2025 worked out the way it was supposed to work out because I was able to remove the stress of work from my life. I was able to work when I wanted to work. That's why y'all would see me posting things about driving Uber and whatnot. And now I'm back working. I work for a very small company, but I work as I please. I'm not doing stressful work. I work from home. I get to be here with my kid. I get to be here when she's home. I get to go take her to flag football, and just everything working out the way that it was supposed to work out was just a blessing. I do believe that God will, if you do the work, God will put you in places and spaces that you need to be. And for me, I know it's prayers from my mom and my grandmama, you know, that have always kept me safe and on the right path. But doing the work, like seeing providers who are versed in certain situations and just really talking about your symptoms as a whole. And really, honestly, you guys, TikTok. TikTok has been a blessing to me ever since I started taking my supplements and started to feel my energy increase and start to see changes in my weight. I was like, TikTok is it for me. I'm not saying that everything on TikTok is like the Bible, but it was TikTok that convinced me that I needed to take zinc, that I needed to take vitamin D3 plus K2. It was TikTok that convinced me that I was probably iron deficient, which was confirmed by all of my diagnoses. And my doctor even gave me a prescription, but the prescription iron just makes my head hurt. So I can take the supplement that I found. Y'all, I'm 35 minutes into this. We were supposed to walk for 30 minutes and shut up, but I've been sitting here talking to you guys. But I love sharing this story. I hope it helps someone. Stop asking women when they're going to have babies. Stop asking women when they're going to have more babies. It is insensitive and inconsiderate because you don't know what that woman has gone through. And don't ask them what they've been through unless they are willing to share with you what's going on. Don't ask women what they have been through. Okay? Please stop doing that. And I will be live again tomorrow, y'all. The Aces lost. I walked for 35 minutes instead of 30 tonight, but that's good. I hope me sharing this story and sharing more of my story will help you guys. I will be lifting at some point. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. It depends on how I feel. But Dr. Stacy Sims did say that women who are in perimenopause should actually lift heavy weights and probably do more lifting than cardio exercise. I'm a proponent of both because I know walking specifically helped me drop weight quick. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you for coming in, hitting the like button, sharing my live out, and commenting. I'm going to say bye to my Facebook. Hold on. Let me get my glasses. Y'all know Auntie can't see. Hold on. Let me get these glasses. And I broke my favorite pair. I got to go back to the Dollar Tree and get me another pair of readers. Okay, so that's Facebook. YouTube, good night.